What the heck? What does this mean? You hear a sad hiccuping sound. Follow it to find a sick Hawkeye. It's hunched down low, its foot completely nestled under its body and shivering uncontrollably. Its enormous eyes roll around in confusion and peer at your approach. Try to take it home with you. Oh boy, second pet. Yay! Animals up. Hawkeye hisses and tries to bite you. It doesn't want to be touched. You throw your jacket over it and then carefully pick it up and put it in your pack. Crack the zipper a bit to give it some fresh air. Your dad helps you make a little nest for it in an empty part of the geoponics barns. Every day you bring it food and water and gradually nurse it back to health. Hal takes an active interest in the recuperation. Hopia says that Hawkeyes don't really have a gender, as you're washing out the pen together. Maybe she said they're both. Really social. So, what are you gonna name it? Hop Solo. A vagabond. A scoundrel. A ruffian with a heart of gold. That make you Solana Baka? Hal offers the Hawkeye a piece of bobber fruit. Cute! Hop Solo plucks the fruit from Cal's hand and hops into your lap and snuggle down and nibble on it. Hal snaps a photo with his hollow palm and shares it, captioning it "Friends for Life." Aww. I get two back. Oh my god, I got pushed back here? Okay, do not touch exclamation points, I see. I dis. This is skipping stones across a flat stretch of rock. Talked to my sister today, he says. Doing some kind of super secret extra credit project in engineering. She wants a gloat, I guess. Whatever. She just likes it when people pay attention to her. Where's my other pet? Wow, I have two pets. Your dad was sniffling and sneezing pretty bad this morning. He collapsed around this time last year, so you've been feeling anxious about his health, especially now that the pollen's back. Working hard in the fields, respirator hanging from his neck as he grunts and shovels dirt into a wheelbarrow. He sees you coming, stands up straight, coughing a little as he stretches his back. Hey, kiddo, what brings you out here? Dad, you have to wear your respirator. Your dad makes blah 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 motions with his hands. I do. Don't look at me like that. I'm just getting some fresh air. It's hard to breathe that thing off. My god, are you kidding me? I hate that. Racing to get these pixie beans in the ground, he continues. We're all set to have great harvest in time for Vertumnalia. He leans on his shovel, tucking one foot behind the other and rocking back and forth. Truth is, I've been working like a dog. I'd love to get out of here for a while. What do you say you and I go for a little walk, he says, brightening. No, you don't get outside the walls much either, but we could do a little nature walk. Study all the plants the foragers bring back, but I've never really seen them in the wild. You want to go outside? Sure, your dad says. People can want to try new things, right? Your mom doesn't see the draw, he continues, flipping his shovel up onto his shoulder, picking his way carefully out of the turned fields. She likes what she can control, you know? There's a whole planet out there. I want to go explore. He stops, bubbles over, suddenly racked with a coughing fit that makes him unable to speak. He tries a few times to catch his breath, but each time he starts coughing harder. The pink pollen in his hair swirls and eddies around you both. Just stay indoors. Oh, you're like Instance, that old stick in the mud. I remember when we were younger, she was always walking around with her nose in everyone's business. She always thinks she knows what's best for people. Despite his brave words, he has to hold on to you for balance as he catches his breath again. Okay, maybe now's not the best time, he gasps, finally putting his respirator back on. But, you and me, we have a date with the outside world, kiddo. I'm taking a rain check. Ooh, he says, his eyes red-rimmed and streaming from irritation. Can't wait till Instance figures out the treatment for the shimmer thing. She says maybe next year. Maybe the one after that. I'm gonna be first in line, you bet. Okay, Tang? Tang is working at the lab, taking notes on a vibrant Vertumnan specimen. Chief Engineer Instance has allowed me a great deal of intellectual freedom. She doesn't see my age as an impediment to my contributions. In fact, she celebrates my youth. She says that it's the old who should look to the young for guidance, as we are unburdened by tradition. She allows herself a rare smile. In some ways, she's the mother I've always wanted. My own mother, burdened by many things. Grab this loud thing. Anemone is munching on a container of cut-up pieces of dust milk. My mom's kind of bossy, but she sure makes a great lunch. Says, offering you a piece. Gotta keep your strength up. Alright, let's go inside again. Let's do bravery again. Other one. The Hopeye's acting really strange. It won't let you pass. It keeps thumping its foot on the ground very loud. Ew. Wahoo, kudos. You stop trying to get past it and just listen. Oh, you can hear little squeaks from nearby. It's probably warning you to stay away from its nest. Are there any other animals? Come across a float cow that seems to be ill. Let's milk the float cow! Hard to milk a float cow that's upside down. She struggles and kicks her legs at you as you try to flip her over long enough to get to the udders. But thanks to a combination of my empathy, you manage to calm her down. She's still sick. Milk's supposed to collect in her lower udder, not her gas bladder, but at least she's balanced now. She wants to get well on her own. Mills. Offered to help. Loggers are grateful for your help, even though teaching you how to log does slow down their whole process. When they're done babysitting you, they give you a piece of wood and tell you to take it back to the colony for them. Other thing. Ooh. to the park again. To collect. Right? Yes. Relax in the park. Play with your Hop Eyes Hop Solo while you hang out in the gardens. Pretty well behaved, never straying too far in the underbrush and always coming back when you call their name. Another Hop Eyes shyly approaches out of the long grass. Hop Eye goes totally still and then lets out a happy chitter and bounces off to greet the stranger. They touch noses and then hop around each other twice. Disappear for a few minutes into the underbrush, long enough that you begin to get concerned. Finally, Hop Solo bounces back to you and nuzzles against your leg. He wants to be picked up and cuddled. You pop them underneath your shirt and carrying them like a baby for the rest of the way. Play with your Freaky. Hanging out with them just outside the walls. It's uneventful, which is exactly what you needed. You try to teach them simple commands. Stay, follow, speak. It's adorable, watching them tilt their head from side to side. They're trying to figure something out. Dennis, thanks for the follow. Hope you enjoy stay here. They don't seem to really get it, but you get the impression they're still trying. You quickly realize the Reiki must be named after the sound they make when they're happy. A whirring, clicking noise for a super weird spider tentacle creature. It's really cute. Oh, I might have gotten minus kudos for that one thing. Okay. You're getting older. That magical time in your life. Full of discoveries and possibilities. Children become adults and their bodies change in weird, wonderful, and often embarrassing ways. You told me thank you. When you were younger, Congruence gave your class a frank presentation about preparing for the changes your bodies would experience in the next few years. Which parts of the presentation was relevant to you? None of it. I'm like a doll. Tell me. Menstruation and breast growth. You and your friends giggled your way through Congruence's presentation and left with a new appreciation for the wonders of the human body. Puberty had felt like something that would happen so far in the future that it didn't apply to you, but you put it out of your mind, even as you noticed Cal's voice begin to drop, or Mars starting to dress differently. So one morning you woke up and something feels different. Oh, they're going into detail with this, don't they? You know something's off as soon as you open your eyes. Things are squelchier than you expect them to be down there. You just want to close your eyes again. You remember Congruence's sex ed classes and you're really not ready for the real world practical applications. If you just go back to sleep, it'll go away, right? You finally sigh and muster up the courage to look under your blankets. Yep, your period started. Immediately ask your mom for help. You pull back your privacy curtain and gesture for your mom to come over. When she sees the problem, her eyes go wide and she gives you a big hug. What? My little girl's growing up, she exclaims, and you feel your face grow hot with embarrassment. Your dad is right there. He puts her hand on your shoulders. I'm so happy for you, kiddo. I know you're probably grossed out, but getting your period is important. Sometimes we need a bit of mess in our lives to remind us that we're real, and we're a part of this world. It reminds us that we have the ability to make life and responsibility to take care of that life. Getting your period's a beautiful thing. You can't think of anything worse. Thankfully, soon you can get a blocker to keep from having to go through this every month. Wait, what? Your mom hugs you again and keeps talking about how she's proud of you. Super embarrassing, and you can't help but shove her away and retreat to your bunk to stew about it. What's happening? I feel on edge today. Gain status hormones. Like, everything that happens was so unfair and tragic. Like, you want to punch stuff and then cry about it. Like, you want to be left alone, but you also desperately want attention. It feels like a fount of new energy is starting to bubble up inside you. Dangerous, uncontrollable energy. Welcome to puberty, Solana. Do I still look like a kid, though? This hasn't changed. It reminds Topaz of some gay guy being like, periods are beautiful and natural. I mean, better than the alternative narration, like, take, right? It's just a part of life. confused as to what they mean by blocker. That don't seem right. Oh, I meant calling it gross, not just a straight guy. This is sulking, leaning against the outer wall of the colony with his arms crossed. She's called me a maladapted degenerate today, he says. And she told me she's just trying to help. Everything else would be fine if I just asked. Like everything would be fine if I just acted like everyone else. Owls. Everyone thinks we're so much better than the people we left back on Earth, but they're just as closed-minded and stupid. How long is each year? 10 months? I think? 6. Oh, sorry. 14. I think 13. Maybe contraceptives that disrupt the cycle. Yeah, those are bad for you. Or nearby. It might be puberty blockers until the kid decides their gender. What are you doing rooting out over here? Utopia comes striding out of the forest, a big grin on her face. Are you farming? You're in the wrong place. These fields haven't worked in years. Everyone's moved inside the walls, sweets. She kicks a clod of gray-pink dirt. Soil's just not good enough for grow out here for growing earth crops. Besides, the animals get to it faster than we can chase them away. I've reported to geoponics if you'd like to help out. Alright, I guess I won't do that anymore. It was Austin's show. The cutie when she said she was dying of cramps. Oh. I found out the Chinese medicine way of dealing with cramps is the best way, which is just prevention. So don't eat cold things, don't touch cold things, always wear socks and slippers, do not touch cold things with your feet, don't ingest cold things. Ahead of you, the road curves right, and there's a steep hill leading off to the left, but there's a really great view from the top of it. But it's a scramble going up there. Hike up it. We do not push the rock this time. Oh, wait, what? As you come up to a bend in the path, movement catches the corner of your eye. Up on the top of the nearby mushroom cap tree. Can't quite tell what it is, but is that a person? Peering over the edge of the mushroom cap above you. Can't quite see their eyes, but you get an impression of long dark hair and an enormous mocking grin. Wouldn't go that way if I were you, they warn playfully. You have a deep musical accent you don't recognize. Stranger? It's impossible. You're the only people up around here for thousands of light years, and what the heck is he doing out here? Will a chill go up your spine? Surely he's friendly. Find another way. Wait, oh, we have to? You come into the bend of the path. Oh, he's gone now. You remember the warning though. Are you sure you want to go that way? Why not? You start to ask why, but he's disappeared again over the edge of the mushroom cap. Shout, but there's no answer. Can't even figure out a way to get up there. Can that guy fly? Is that just a mirage? Thing. Go which way? those. Extra gear slot. Ooh! Practice spitting seed. There isn't a cloud in the sky, but yet it started to rain. You can't tell where it's coming from or whether it's even water. Now this planet is full of surprises. It's probably some animal migration or airborne sap. Who knows? You have a strong desire to not be out in it. Find something to use as an umbrella. Break off a large leaf on a stem and hold it over your head. Pleasant kind of thumb. Around as the drops splatter on it. Choices matter type of game? Yes. Dust. Give you right. Out more rebellion in purple. Relax in the park. Your mom is tending to her garden as you relax nearby. You're both happy to leave each other alone, but you can hear her muttering to herself as she pulls weeds. Every day, she grumbles. I think I was never here at all. How some of these weeds grow. I thought that bringing only nice plants would mean we wouldn't have to weed as much, but these vertumnant plants, unstoppable. She pulls hard on one weed, which turns out to be a huge creeping vine that yanks out a few flowers. I just want one place on this planet that's ours. Help her pull weeds. You get down there and help your mom pull weeds for the better part of the afternoon. It's surprisingly hard work. By the end, your back and shoulders are aching and the palms of your hands are on fire. Mom dumps a armful of weeds into that wheelbarrow. Go all the way to the edge of the colony, she says wearily. Whatever plant these roots belong to, they're invading my garden. You stupid pink bastard, stay out there where you belong. It's for Tamnalia, time for speeches, games, and feasting. You stare hungrily at the feast table. Surely it's mostly soy rations. Sure, it's mostly soy rations, but it's still more food than you usually see at one time. This year, though, there's been something new. Great big tureens of glowing beans. Weird. That doesn't count the additional epilogue from special relationships they're called. Yeah, that's a lot. You try to sneak some food before the speeches start, but instant catches you, knocks your hand away. Your mom gets really mad at her and it causes a huge yelling match. Your dad directs you away from the table as instantly blames your mom for the way things are right now, whatever that means. Your dad passes you a soy sweet to keep your tummy busy during the speeches. He's the best. Idacott takes the stage and manages to calm everyone down. Welcome everyone to our 4th Vertumnalia celebration, she says, speaking through a maxiphoner. Her voice has been getting weaker lately. You can't reach across the square the way it used to. Proud as always to stand before you as your governor, and to celebrate another year of peace and prosperity on this beautiful planet. She steps aside, wobbling a little as she walks, and seeks to complete the annual formalities. Your mom steps forward. This year's feast includes a new glow-in-the-dark food. Pixie beans are our first domesticated vertumnum crop. Crowd applauds, and your mom raises her hands. Credit goes to Geranium. He insisted we dedicate a third of our fields to them. So you'll also have him to thank for the light show in your toilets tonight. A smattering of laughter ripples through the crowd. Your dad chuckles nervously. Your mom's smile fades. You know we lost our hydroponics and microbial soil during the wormhole accident. These pixie beans will make up for the losses we faced with our earth crops. Udicott's weedy voice rattles through the maximum. Thank you, everyone. Let's get on with the games. Tangent Science Fair project is monstrously complicated. He gives a 20-minute speech about the cell division in a few different vertumnant species. That's not over just your head, but everyone's heads in the crowd. What is she even doing locked up in the lab all day? Instance is intrigued. He asks Tang a series of questions, soon honing in on something Tang overlooked. Tang is so upset with herself she can barely finish answering. Return. Oh boy. Hi Nier, thanks for the raid. Welcome in, raiders. Your stream. Hi Matcha. Welcome in, everyone. I'm Kana. I'm a shape-shifting fox wyvern VTuber. Right now, we're playing I Was a Teenage Exocolonist, which is all expository and choices, so lots of reading. So it's story time. Be happy. Oh! Wait, I heard of that. 1010 really likes that. Visual novel, right? But yeah, I hope you all had a good time with Nier. Hope Nier had a good stream. The project this year was on... we're in the middle of a science fair thing. Your project this year was on power generation, explaining the ways the colony will be able to generate power once nuclear engines eventually need to be off. You've compared the efficiencies of burning mushwood pellets, spark snow, or the thin oil you found under the southern swamps. You'd love to outfit the colony with solar power, but those panels are full of precious metals you haven't found alternatives for on Vertumna. You conclude that the Western hydroelectric power are the easiest to maintain and the most sustainable, impressing everyone with your working model of the hydroelectric dam. Finally, it's time for the feast. The pixie beans are a hit. Your parents keep touting their many benefits. They grow well here, they're super nutritious, taste great, and they're really versatile. And the kids love their bright, multicolored glow. Your rumbling stomach has made you grouchy. Your parents won't let you eat until they finally stop bragging about their dumb beans. You consider the options. Pixie bean soup, pixie bean salad, pixie bean chili, or even pixie bean aquafaba dessert. Everything glows in the evening twilight. You solemnly shove your pixie bean everything around on your plate. You don't even want to eat them anymore. Stupid beans, stupid game, stupid everyone. Every time someone turns to talk to you, especially about how great these beans are and how great your parents are for growing them, you just get more irritated. They're just beans. Like they love these beans more than they love you. You're probably just hungry. Eat your pixie beans. You want to rebel against the stupid beans, but the truth is you're too hungry to resist. You count backwards from 10 to calm yourself down so you don't blow up at your mom. Why is she smiling all the time? Ugh. Settle on glowering at her over your plate of glowing beans. She notices, but just purses her lips and turns away from you to talk to someone else. Rude. You shovel food into your mouth, trying not to look like you're enjoying it. It is as delicious as everyone said, and you start to feel more human the more you eat. Right, yeah. Food. Food is great. She is so angsty. Jesus. You do feel better after you eat something. Everyone's in high spirits after dinner. Breaking off into little groups to talk or make music together as the sky darkens for the shortest night of the year. You feel your mood improve by the minute. Your friends pull you into a fun rhythmic clapping game. As your irritation fades, you wonder if this is what Congruence meant when she warned you that your hormones would make you feel out of control sometimes. You go back to your quarters to get ready for bed. Your dad gives you a big hug. It's exactly what you needed. Oh, so angsty. I'm gonna have to deal with this for the rest of the game, I guess. Let's go out during winter. I'm gonna do study humanities. I think. What's bravery? What is bravery right now? Yeah, sweet. You notice on the engineering holoweb, Professor Hal is looking for someone to help with after-school tutoring. You should know the basics and be a quick study for the rest. Please apply. Apply for the job. Tell Hall you're interested in the job. You tell Hall you're interested in the job. That's great news, he says, beaming. You're one of my best students, Solana. Start you off as my assistant for the younger kids. I'll bet you'll be helping the older ones in no time. There's no shame in that, though. Everyone learns at their own pace. As you know, I hold classes every day. Just come by whenever you have time. Sure, a smart young lady like yourself is in high demand around here. Ahoo. Is there anything else around? This is still here. Let's do humanities class again. Wait, can I give you the medicinal? Tutor children. That's reasoning, empathy, no stress. This again? Kudos doubled for 3 months. Okay, let's do tutor children then. Hey, Solana, you made it! Al claps you soundly on the back and welcomes you to class. Everyone, you know Solana. She's here to help you with your classwork, so don't be afraid to ask her if you're stuck on something. He turns to you. Thanks for helping out. Some kids are here because they need a little extra help. Others because they work best with a partner. No judgment. There are lots of different ways to learn in this classroom. Settle in to help the younger students learn how to use their hollow palms to access the HoloNet. Congruence's massive database. Congruence is everything they could ever need. Music, movies, games, novels, and comics. Calculator, timer, encyclopedias, textbooks, colonies, social media, specialized tools for different jobs like architectural holograms. It's a massively powerful tool, and it's in their literal hands. They're mostly interested in the games. Some understand it less than others. Gotta read about stuff, Nougat whines, poking dejectedly at her hollow screen. The skin around her newly implanted hollow palm looks a little red, like she keeps picking at it. Just wanna go play. Here, let me show you something. Oh. Oh no, I can't tell her to... It's infected. Her hand's infected. Alright, here, let me show you something. You show Nougat how to look up videos about sports ball. She's totally enraptured by it. Oh, she exclaims. I can watch people play sports ball in my hand? Anytime? Turbo! Nougat's 7 and full of energy. The other kids are able to settle down to work on their bio assignment, drawing pictures of the xenofauna that live on Rotunda to put in a classroom diorama. But Nougat prefers a more creative approach. You look at her drawings. Nougat's animals all have different extra wings or heads, robotic treads, laser turrets or top hats. Some aren't even close to the reference image. Encourage her. You praise her creativity. Yes, that Hawkeye does look better with the jetpack. Nougat is proud of herself and works diligently on her project. Yes, the class diorama does look a little eccentric when it's complete, but at this age it's more important to keep a child engaged than it is to teach them academic skills. He gives you a big hug when class is over. I hope you're my teacher all the time, Solana. Love Nougat. I hope nothing bad happens to her, bro. Damn, look at all those kudos. Alright, Cal. Wait. I think we know it's birthday. We'll figure it out sometime. Sneak out anymore, right? Yeah. Reminder to check for birthdays. When is his birthday? Legitimately asking. How do I find out? Miss, are you okay? Nope. He's the same. Bravery. Gold or get lucky gifting. Alright, just tell me. Because I would just look it up anyway. Hydroponics engineers have set up a work site here using the robopod to tear up the ground and prep it for farming. Ask if you want to help. Ooh, bio. Us 3. Ours is this month. I don't have anything for her though. I'll look it up. There are spoilers. Okay. Feel invigorated and learn a little bit more about farming. Woohoo! Alright, so there's one event there. Worried that there's another one hiding out here where I have to save someone. Actually, I should really look at how many things were out there. Oh, JK. Not this one. That dust 3. Okay. How much stuff is out there though? 2 events remaining, 1 collectible. Wait, I can... Wait, you know what? Let's survey the plains. I want to see what you do with this. Oh! Oh, it's a whole new map. The Prosaic Plains. You boarded the expedition's autobus this morning. You didn't know what to expect. Funneled you and the other surveyors a few clicks north of the Prosaic Plains, a high, flat area with cooler weather than your colony. You could barely control your excitement as you watched the landscape change. Now you're here. You're finally old enough for a real survey mission away from the colony. Greet Chief Surveyor Utopia at the depot. This here's a plastic cutter, she says, handing you one. It's a tool for cutting and heating things. You can use it to make a fire, cauterize a wound, boil water, and it cuts some materials pretty alright. You can use it for self-defense too, but I don't suggest it. Are we gonna be in danger? She makes a so-so motion with her hand. This is a quiet area, and what we're doing, we're not supposed to be in danger. We're just supposed to be taking notes and pictures, keeping track of all the flora and fauna we see. Just don't touch anything. Unless I ask you to take a sample. Everything is potentially dangerous. We don't know much about what's out there, which is why we need surveyors. Surveyors, especially youngins like you. prosaic plains are a sparse region. Like you can assume from the name, you can see things from a long way off. Utopia sees you squinting at the horizon. And what are you gonna do if you see something coming for you? Avoid it. Good kid. Utopia approves, patting you on the back. You don't need any trouble. This joins you. You must have come from an earlier autobus. Ah, good, you're here, Utopia says, digging out another blast cutter for this. You two greenhorns are with me. For the foreseeable. Now, we don't gotta sniff each other's butts all the time out there, but I do expect y'all to be in yelling distance. Comms can get pretty spotty, I hear. You and Dis share knowing glances. You both have been sneaking out to explore long before you were officially allowed to. Utopia also hands you a surveying drone and shows you how to launch it. It'll automatically perform local scans of wherever you go. Though detailed scans still need to be done manually. When you return here to the depot, it uploads its findings to the HoloNet. Your job is to cover the ground, see what's out there, and so long as it's not dangerous, record it. He slaps you on the back. Alright, team, don't get yourselves killed out there, okay? A turtle! Wait, this is the same loot. Thought there'd be new things. Gonna crawl. There's something over there. A turtle. Ooh, flower. I think I'm gonna try to work my way backwards from that yellow marker. That blue. Wow, it's a great thing I have Perception 3. I can just run through everything though. Yes? Wait, this map is huge? Question mark? Alright, so that's something. Up this. Hey, Solana. This greets you cautiously as you pass on the narrow path. Hey, you want me to show you something? This almost never makes overtures of friendship. Whatever it is, must be pretty cool. Yeah, you always find the coolest stuff. Follow him for nearly half an hour. A couple of times he stops to listen for something, and then continues onwards, tromping through the fields of broad-topped mush trees and swaying antler fern. After a while, you just start to wonder if he's just lost. About to say something about it when he holds his hands up for silence and directs you to crawl under a huge mushroom. On the other side, you have a view down to one of the perfectly round ponds. Making up most of it is an enormous Xeno, its legs deep underwater. The pond eel, it says to you. They live in the swamps. You don't usually see them here. It seems totally at home. It dips its long neck and even longer mouth into the pond, sucking up water from the bottom and spewing it out at the spout at the back of its head. A ray of beautiful turquoise water sparkles in the sun. Tiny, colorful bird-like creatures dart around it, catching the tiny fish that come spraying out. Sit and watch quietly. You enjoy the pretty scene together. Ah! Cute. Okay, wait, I want to talk to those turtles. Kinda. Talk to one turtle. Or like 3. Go. Stomach is starting to grumble for a mid-afternoon snack when you happen to spot a bush bearing some delicious-looking fruit. bush is growing atop a large boulder, roots twining down the craggy, weathered stone. You've never seen this fruit before, but a small bird-like creature is eating one, so there's a chance that it's edible. A little closer. Analyze this fruit from a distance. Yep, looks delicious, glistening with dew. Little bird-like things are pecking at it. The branches sway in the wind. Wait, there's no wind. You notice the rock beneath the bush is also swaying gently. Wait, this is an animal. It's an arborescent photosynth. Topia calls them bush bubs, and it seems to be asleep. A very dangerous one provoked, so you decide you'd rather not disturb it. That was close. Okay, maybe I have like... Let's save. My 13. A pond in the water is slightly greener color than you're seeing. It smells sweet, but kind of acidic too. That's odd. Identify it. Select the sample to analyze, and then hide yourself under some large mushrooms to watch local fauna come and go. A lot of creatures sniff the water but leave without drinking. Then a massive balneal photosynth lumbers over, lifts a leg, and oh! The pond must be where the balneal photosynths mark their territory. Check your analysis results to confirm. Yup, it's literally brimming with balneal piss. Good thing you didn't try to drink it. Ew. That would have been tragic. Another question mark? I don't remember. Where are we at? 70? Do one more. Cloudy day. Hear the crash of thunder somewhere nearby. Loud. Sounds like it's getting closer. Suddenly a matte, possibly tall something punctures the low clouds and slams into the ground ahead of you. As tall as a skyscraper and a meter wide, covered with chitinous bone like an insect. I think it might be a leg? Another crashes down, and then another. The creature's body must be up in the clouds, so high you can't see anything but the legs. The first leg lifts again, moves towards you. Still in shock, and your body simultaneously screams at you to stand still and run. Stay calm and analyze. You watch the clouds, and as the next leg breaks through, you dodge it. It slams down where you've been with enough force to crush a boulder to dust. You're so undeniably massive, you're like an ant to it. As it passes overhead, you marvel at how such a thing could even exist. Hope it never wanders any closer to your colony. Alright. What's gonna happen here? Spot an enormous, unfamiliar flower. Large waxy petals joined to form a basin brimming with goopy yellow gunk. The entire thing has a sticky, melting look. Awful smell of the juice permeates the area. It's like something died in there. Wait and watch it. One of the nearbys start wrestling. Another bush shrub. It approaches the plant and dips an arm into it, bringing it to its face and licking it. Then it sticks its head right in there and drinks. Try not to gag. Lick. After some long, deep gulps, the bush bub wanders away and looks slightly tipsy. Feel around in it. Tentatively slip your little ways and feel around. Suddenly the plant contracts and sucks your arm to the elbow. You panic. Expecting the sting of digestive juices, but it's just warm. Gross but oddly pleasant. There seems to be nothing else in there. You plant your feet on either side of the flower and pull your arm up. One mighty slurp. The hand smells awful but feels all tingly and kind of stronger. Well, your noise attracts a nearby bush bug. It comes scurrying out of the bush, growling and cackling at you. Find yourself. 12, 17. Okay. The funny creature rears up and stomps the ground intimidatingly, but by readying its body language, you realize it's just trying to move you away from the big flower. You back away slowly, talking softly to it. Good bush bug. You can keep your gross sticky flower. It's all yours, buddy. You're too worn up and tired to continue. You have to go home now. Alright, fine. Ahoo! Okay, wait. Dust. Cal's birthday is Dust 3. When is Tangent's birthday? I'm legitimately asking. Season? Wait, can you confirm? Like, check month? Okay. OMG, Master Oogway? Oh my god, I was thinking it looked like that too. It is a turtle. It wet AO. Stop it. Stop it, Fairy. Oh, Relax on the Walls is here. Tangent are born next month. Oh yeah, they're twins. Alright. Relax on the Walls. After the first attack on the colony, they added lookout towers to the walls. I have a place to hang out if you don't feel like working. Because it's all the way up here, no adults are going to come ask you to run any errands for them. On the rainy days, you take shelter under the pavilions, listening to the pitter-patter of the warm raindrops on the grass roof. You can do whatever you want. This is the life. Good place to study. Pack your holoculars. Also great vantage point to examine the wild jungle inside the colony. Your independent study even counts towards class credits without actually having to be in class. Oh, hey Solana. This pops his head up a nearby ladder and looks surprised to see someone here. Mind if I sit here too? Yeah, sure. There's plenty of room. Two of you dangle your feet off the side and watch the valley below. He shuffles a little uncomfortably and doesn't say much. Wonder if this is his private spot alone before you discovered it. So they're... Wait, you mean they're late wet or what? Not born during glow, right? Wait, this won't pass time, right? Wanna study together? You offer to help Tangent with her schoolwork, but she just shrugs you off. I'm not working on school anymore. Chief Engineer Instant says I'm smart for my age. And my talents are wasted in school. She opens up her holopalm and shows you some of her lab notes. It's so much work, though. Honestly, maybe it would be better to be like everyone else. Unintelligent people seem happier. Just then, Anemone and Nougat go tearing by with a sports ball, hollering at the top of their lungs. Tang shudders. Second thought to forget I just said that. I'll keep on being smart, thank you. Here, I have something for you. Seems you've remembered my birthday, Tang says, taking the roots and turning them over in her hands. Her lips curl in distaste at the dirt that still clings to them. How thoughtful of you. I have much to do today, but I'll set these roots aside to analyze later. Wahoo! Wait, does this also like the roots? This interest you? For my birthday? Mumbles. Oh, thank you. Looks like it's from a very rare plant. Did you find it while you were exploring? Wahoo! Keep forgetting the twin. Alright, let's go survey again. Another aminal. You are crossing a clearing when you hear a terrible cracking, pounding sound. A bush bump bursts through the tree line, barreling straight towards you. Whoever's making it run, you're pretty sure you do not want to be on the business end of it. Why is it yellow? Actually, you know what? I don't want to use the yellow. Ooh. Wait, why is this? Oh, yellow. Super goal. Oh shit, forgot. Creature pounds past you, its powerful stone-like gorilla arms smashing the ground. Doesn't even seem to see you. It goes around you without even looking at you. Look around, but there's no sign of whatever motivated it to run so fast. At least that's something to be grateful about. Massive dead bushes block your way. They have pointy spines the size of short swords that look very, very sharp. Blast your way through it. Good thing you brought a blast cutter with you. Cut a hole through the bushes and set a bunch of the surrounding forest on fire while you're at it. I'll teach those bushes to get in your way. That did nothing for me! At the edge of one of the circular ponds, something sparkling catches your eye. Well, everything around here sparkles, but this thing really catches your eye. The water in the little lake is deep and milky, though. And you can't see the bottom. It's completely still, almost too still. So perfectly circular. You remember you've been warned about getting too close to the ponds. Bravely approach the water, I guess. We're not looking too good. It's okay. Be fine. Aren't scared of some pond or whatever might live in it. March up to the edge, keeping your eyes on the shiny prize, and paw around in the snow looking for that shiny whatever it is. Looks like it's a pretty crystal, just sitting on the ground. Good find. Extra card draw. Wahoo! Not much to find out here, but the peaceful atmosphere is great for contemplation. You find a particularly beautiful little plateau where you can see plains spread out before you like a picnic blanket, round lakes dotting the land like glimmering mirrors of the sky. This is getting further ahead. He was eager to find some adventure. Stop to meditate. You focus on the sounds around you, on your breathing, on the breeze of your blood on the rocks, lightly cool breeze on your face. It's very peaceful. You can feel yourself relax as you become one with the planet. A bush bub's blocking the path, lumbering slowly and back and forth between the dense strand of glute mushes, or whatever these plants are called, and a wide circular lake, like on some kind of patrol. Growls a warning when you try to squeeze past it, so you back off. From the look in its eyes, this one's not letting you go through so easy. Wait, not looking. It's fine. He just doesn't have arms. Find a route through its territory. One slot will turn red. 19. Woohoo! 3. Damn. Perception. Sneak past through the glute mushes, crawling under them so the bush bud doesn't see you. Really gets stuck at one point and wonder, what if Dis has to come rescue you? That'd be embarrassing. Find a route though, and continue on your way. Pretty. I wonder if that exclamation point on. Or did I mess it up because I had to go home right away? Let me see. Oh, it's just the endpoint. Wait, can I go down? Wahoo, your shift is done. Hey, nice. Wait, why couldn't you just tell that person you were working and then not said anything? Hi, Kahlo. How you? Okay. Drifts of snow. The sparks of snow make this area hard to pass through. Your feet keep sinking into it, and you have to work to get them free with every step. The only way forward here is through an especially deep area. Take a break, lay in it. Make a snow buddy. At least you try. Tiny blue crystals don't pack together very well, and the stuff just quickly melts from the heat of your body. The acidic snow gives you a hot, scratchy rash between your fingers. Probably should have worn gloves. We weren't wearing gloves! You praise your lumpy snow buddy. It looks a little sad. You need some accessories? With some twigs and grass and a weird kind of jelly you find seeping out of the ground. You give your buddy antlers and fur. It looks kind of like a snow bush bub. Well, you wanted to find a strat to, like, end it so they don't contact you again. Not the parasocial, no, the other girl. Oh, were they still talking to you? series of small circular pools chained together to form an impassable body of water. You don't see an obvious route through, though the path does continue off in the distance on the other side. But to be honest, parasocial girl not looking too good right now for that reason. That makes sense. That makes perfect sense, yes. There's still like a daily texter kind of thing. Oh. No. Hey, Fairy, have you gotten any matches on your dating apps? Maybe you have better advice than I don't go on dating apps ever, so. Or I've never used that. Look for a place to cross. Wait, +2 to cards with gems. Card becomes 2. What about... Okay. Why can't people have normal relationships with pseudo-celebs? Harry hasn't touched his dating apps in some time, but he hasn't gotten any matches with them. I think it's just a profile thing. You need profile look very good. Maybe you need advice from Topaz. Like, you're not your friend unless they contact you first is a good rule. Why does Topaz say there's a slight issue for him? There's a narrow place when two pools meet that you think you can leap over. These little ponds look too small to house anything really dangerous, you hope. Approach the water. Leap of faith. Make it over the narrow gap. Nice. You feel empowered. Is there a way to make my stress not go down a lot? Without going into detail, the melanin group you're in is not all that popular with your country. I mean... Oh. Yeah, okay, I understand. You've stopped to admire the light glinting off the water of a shallow circular lake when you notice some strange rocks near your feet. They're pink and red, bobbing in the shallow water at the shore. The rocks are flashing gold and yellow. This one, then that one, then a pause, and then that one, then the first one again. I thought it was reflected sunlight at first, but no. Themselves are glowing. Such a random... Wait, pick a rock up. What? Ah, Jovely, hi! Thanks for the raid, Jovely. How was your stream? Hi, Haniel. Well, thank you for the posture check. I hope your stream went well. Oh, Infinite Craft. I tried watching someone play that game and I had no idea what was going on. I hope everyone had a good time with Jovely. Hi, I'm Kana. If you don't know, I'm a shape-shifting fox moving YouTuber. We are currently playing an expository game called I Was a Teenage Exocolonist. So, a lot of heavy on the reading. So it's story time with chat. Hi Mitsu! The raid Pocky. What's good? You're trying to make Minesweeper plus VTuber, but you cannot make Minesweeper. That sounds discriminatory. What the heck? That's messed up. Just as messed up as they have, like... What was it? Something marriage turned into divorce or family. Wait, dysfunctional family and then turned into divorce or something. I saw a clip. You love reading. Wow. And for some reason, Lily and President turned into Trump was another clip I saw. Well, yeah, very interesting game. Wahoo! We're on an expedition right now, so we're exploring in the snowy plains at the moment. You refuse to allow their pattern and pick up one of the stones instead. You feel intense fear as you do. The rock turns completely black in your hand. The fear seems to come from the rock itself in a way you can't explain. The others all turn black as well, the oily color rippling over their surfaces. Heart races and the stone drops instinctively out of your hand. You suddenly feel nauseous and turn to retch. You turn back. All the rocks are floating further out, now a few meters from the shore. Do they swim out there? They just seem to be floating. Just regular rocks. Except regular rocks don't float on water. It's like they're glaring at you. Stomach feels uneasy, so you leave them. Too worn out. Okay, next time we touch the rocks in order. Got it. I can't stay too long. It's late. My sleep. Yeah, no worries at all. Do whatever post-stream care you gotta do. Appreciate the raid, Joe Lily. Hope you have a super lovely stream. Thank you. Hope you have a lovely day tomorrow. Good sleep. It's been a long month of being cooped up indoors while it poured rain. Everything got too muddy and gross to play outside when the other teens are in the lounge again. Everyone's getting a little antsy. I was just outside. Ancient and Cal are bickering about something, and Dis must be bored enough that he's letting Mars paint his fingernails. Anemone's trying to do a dance she learned from watching holovids. She's failing miserably. The sound of her music fills the room. You start to feel a little off too, but like weird. You want to yell, but at the same time you want to take off all your clothes and streak through the colony square. Anemone dances a little close to Mars's collection of nail polish, bumping into the table and sending them all and herself clattering to the floor. Hey, watch it! Dis snaps. Get your stupid dance somewhere else. It's not stupid. Anemone sniffles from the floor. You don't have to be so mean to me. Boo-hoo, Mars teases. What are you gonna do? Dance about it? Ugh, you're all so childish. Who even cares? My god, a room full of teenagers. Hey, everyone just shut up, Al exclaims from across the room. Honestly, you all fight all the time. Stay inside when it's nice and dry and you don't appreciate how hard everyone else is working. It's just whine, whine, whine. You're not better just because you work outside, Tang joins in. You're not special, Cal. If I wanted to, I could work outside. She opens her hollow palm and flies her fingers over the screen. There, see? Next month, I'll be working in the geoponics. How do you like that? Then you can nag me about my soft hands all you want. Unicott pokes her head in from the command corridor. Children, keep it down. I can hear you all the way from the bridge. Everyone goes quiet for a second and then explodes into arguing again. Unicott throws her hands in the air and retreats down the hallway in defeat. Calm down, everyone. Everyone ignores you and keeps squabbling. Mars chases Cal and everyone else chases her. Somehow you all end up in the classroom. Suddenly Mars shouts, Okay, everyone! She claps her hands. 1, 2, 3, look at me! Everyone, shut up! Everyone stops arguing and looks at Mars in shock. I have an idea. We should decorate the classroom. No one seems excited by this prospect, until she adds, with toilet paper! Come on, it'll be pretty! Now everyone's on board. You can feel yourself getting excited too, but that's so naughty. You might get in trouble, but who cares? You're just having fun. Why? So tiring. Guys. Why are they... Okay. What? This is like teen angst simulator right now. Okay, wait. So Topaz was saying something before. Right? Basically, the amount of people that would swipe yes on a darker colored skinned person. Or on top of that, I do have a type of personality wise that maybe half or more don't to me. Have a type personality. Half or more. But right now, you're not taking dating apps too seriously and probably will hope for. Yeah, I think the best way is to just people IRL. Because you can't really... Because now you run into this issue where you're stuck texting them. And you're trying to leave the conversation, but you can't. Why can't I just leave? I would just leave. I don't think we can get them to stop either. But where's this? This isn't here. But he's also very rebellious. Join them, I guess. You join the others in throwing rolls of toilet paper over anything you can reach, decorating the classroom with roll after roll of white, gauzy garland. By the time you're finished, it drapes off every desk and science experiment. Mars looks at your work with satisfaction. Much better, she says. Chief Engineer finally arrives to see what all the kit noise is and throws her hands up in dismay. Kids scatter before she can make anyone clean it up. The next day, you all feel terrible. Like your arms or legs are made of lead. It takes so much energy to do anything. You can barely make it out of bed. All the energy from yesterday has been drained out of you, and then some. It lasts for a week. Some of you can't even get out of bed, and when you do, your moods are all over the place. Aggressive, sulky, impulsive, until your batteries run out and you sleep for over 12 hours straight. You're resting in the lounge with your friends, watching holovids, grazing on roasted pixie beans, when your dad and Chief Engineer Instance come storming through the door. You! Snaps, knocking the bowl of pixie beans out of Mars's hands. Stop eating those, this instant! Mars looks like she's about to smack some sense into Instance, but your dad steps in. I'm sorry, everyone. We were wrong about the pixie beans. Not safe for you kids to be eating. You've been feeding us poison? Mars shrieks. Oh, ew! Do my dads know you tried to kill me? Well, wait. I don't know who her parents are, actually. Topaz didn't know he would run into this problem. Thought it would be the one being ghosted, but now I have to do the ghosting, which is hard. Damn, Topaz is too strong. Your dad spreads his hands. No, they're not. Don't worry, Bob. Just calm down. They're not poison. It's just a chemical in them that hyperbonds to estrogen and testosterone. Your big teenage growing hormones, and the brain likes binding to that new macromolecule a lot more than the regular kind. And making your moods unpredictable, causing periods of hypo and hypermania. And Mars just stares blankly at him. He laughs awkwardly. Translation, it's been making you guys act silly and feel sick. Sorry. Since frowns. It's doing this to kids. It's not long until it builds up enough to affect the rest of us too. Until further notice, no one is to eat a single pixie bean. Your dad looks distraught. Lulu was right. He says, collapsing in a nearby chair and rubbing his eyes. I didn't trust these things, but shit, she's still going to be pissed that we don't have another successful food source. Look at him in shock. Hardly ever see him swear. It must be worse than you think. Your dad sits there in silence for a long time. Hey, oh. Wait, actually. Timachi, is anyone's birthday in Glow? That is in the colony right now or no? Good question. This pokes a glowing bauble bud with his toe. The seed head snaps free and drifts up into the dark of the glow, slowly breaking up into little luminescent specks. Wish, he says. Have this root. Oh, this is uncharacteristically excited about the roots. So colorful. Never seen these roots before. What kind of plants are these from? No one's birthday. Alright, cool. Can I sit on the wall? Relax on the walls. The view from the wall during glow is absolutely breathtaking. A wormhole seems to smother the sky, like a swirling jewel-toned bowl pressing down on the gloom. Everything in the wilderness is lit up and seems to breathe in and out with the planet. Like one living creature made of stars. Beautiful. You could almost forget how dangerous it is. Another year, another glow. Everyone's pretty sure there's going to be an attack this year, so the colony's on high alert. We're collecting glowflies in the geoponics gardens when Callan Anemone when the sirens begin to wail. You all stop what you're doing and look at each other nervously. Parents run off to help defend the farms, telling you to get inside the greenhouses and stay quiet. Anemone declares she's going to the walls to watch the soldiers fight. She knows a good spot. Help defend the gates. Scramble from the walls and are immediately faced with a seething wall of hop eyes. I kind of thought there were a handful of these usually peaceful creatures in the previous years, but there's swarms of them now. Not just hop eyes. Your eyes adjust to the chaos. You see a large creature that looks like walking bushes. These wild centipede-looking things with long spider legs and at least one giant many-eyed thing that's hovering clear off the ground, defying gravity. They all seem to be incited into a frenzy, attacking everything in sight and trying to get through the walls. It's dark and chaotic. Mom sees you through the fray. "Alana!" he shouts. "It's a safety." I'm really not sure this is a good idea, but then you see and look up and see Anemone shouting encouragement from up on the wall. Run away, I guess. Mom's right, this is no place for a kid. Turn tail and flee back to the safety of the walls. Eventually the defense forces manage to push back the creatures. The rest of the broken forces flee back into the wilderness. You and Anemone slip home before you get in trouble. Your parents are arguing quietly at your little table. I'm telling you, it's not a fluke, Mom says. They're not just wild animals. They have a plan. Fields, the lights. Okay, your dad replies, taking his hands across the tabletop. We have to tell people what we saw in geoponics. They look up, noticing you in the doorway. Your dad's worried expression quickly changes to a smile. Hey, Rutabaga. What happened to the field? Your mom stands up. Don't worry about that, she snaps. Get to bed. It's late, and we have a lot of work to do tomorrow to clean up. No one died, right? That's all I care about. Wait, I changed. I grew up a little bit. Oh my god! Hang is bald! This looks even more edgy. Oh, Anemone's hair grew. Now grew taller. Your dad takes a big breath of air. This is real living, he says grandly. Sometimes I wake up thinking we're still hurling through the space on the strato. I'm just so jazzed when I remember we're here. A real planet. Slaps you on the back. Never take this for granted, kiddo. Dad is helping with the animals. Dad is running some kind of test on the triplets. He's playing different... Kimochi, you're not dead. He's playing different chords and trying to see if they have a language. We're just making some kind of instinctive animal calls. Help him by holding up random objects, trying to determine if their sounds map to any understanding of what they're seeing. I'm saying kill all humans or Linguini sports ball, your dad says, staring at the readout in his hollow palm. Can't be sure. What? That's concerning. Spot Cal kneeling in the dirt, digging up root vegetables and frowning. They're so small this year, he says, holding one up and examining it. Maybe there's just not enough nutrients in the soil. Something we're doing wrong? When is Cal's birthday again? Wait. Fight season. Is it anyone's birthday right now? So dad's younger than mom? She's 85? There are no birthdays in winter. Oh, okay. Whatever this season. Thank you. Mars scowls over her homework. Today's biology, she sighs. This is so dumb. There's only one kind of biology I care about, and they don't cover it in school. What does that mean? I like her outfit though. Hi, Dis. Find Dis sitting in the mouth of one of the wall's drainage sewers. In wet season, excess rainwater is diverted out here, so it doesn't flood inside the walls. It looks like Dis has set up a little base here, with pillows and a stash of snacks. His alien communication device hisses with static. He looks up from his hollow screen as you pop your head inside the drain. Hey, Solana, he says quietly before going back to the game he's been playing. What are you playing? You haven't heard of it, he says without looking up. I made it myself. Squeeze into the narrow drain and sit down next to Dis. His hollow pad is a picture of Mars. Watch him drag a match from the sidebar and drop it on her face. Little animated flames wiggle over the picture, leaving parts of it looking charged. Pretty crude, but you think you get the point. What happened with Mars? He shrugs. Same thing that always happens, he says. He resets the game, and then drags a bomb from the sidebar onto the picture of Mars. It explodes, and the picture disintegrates. She booked my name down for every appointment with the nanoprinter because she thinks my clothes are always torn up and dirty all the time. He continues, so I got in trouble for wasting resources. What the fuck? I tried to tell him it was her, but Mars never gets in trouble. Everyone likes her. Fine, I don't need anyone to like me. Or if they hate me. I hate them. Where did you learn how to do that in the first place? Pretty simple, he says. The light from his hollow screen reflects in his eyes as he looks at you in the gloom. People on Earth used to make this kind of stuff all the time, and I have a lot of time to learn new things. Oh, I see. This... Oh my god. He goes back to playing his game, content not to talk to you. Just talk to Mars instead. Yeah, right. Talk to Mars? No way. She'll just make fun of me even more. Why should I bother? He says, going back to his game. I don't care. I don't want to call him unhinged because I feel like that would backfire on me. Well, I really hope he doesn't hurt her. And that we can do something. Tangent looks up from her hollow palm, blinking as her eyes refocus in the middle distance, and then onto you. Her previously long hair is gone, buzzed close to her scalp. You almost didn't recognize her when you first saw her. You wonder if it's caused by a lab accident or something. Hey, Solana, she says RDKG. Did you need something? Hair. I mean, what's up with your hair? She shrugs. Too hot here, she says dismissively. If evolution hasn't fit to solve the problem, then adaptive behaviors will have to do. Flirt with Tangent. This seems interesting. A whittle crazy dis? Yeah. I'm into woman with short hair. She stares blankly at you for a few seconds, trying to figure out if you're making fun of her. Your opinion is noted, she says finally. Thank you. She turns back to her reports. Not about looking good. This is simply more efficient. Anemone's in the middle, tying her mane out of the way from her face. Oh, hey, Solana, she says, hair tied between her teeth. Just about to go for a run. Wanna come? Yeah. On your mom slumped against the wall of geoponics domes, her hollow palm open to a bunch of charts and spreadsheets. Hey, kiddo, what do you need? How's Dad? Okay, he seems fine. I'm into women with short hair and face. Okay, wait. Let's see. Go out. Utopia's sorting through stuff the foragers have brought back, putting them into bins to either get analyzed or taken straight to the kitchens. Hey, sweets, she says, not even looking out. Headed out? You and Dice take care of each other out there, okay? He sighs. Gotta get through all this before the day's end. It'll take me all day. Unless you're here to help out. Sure. He lays out an assortment of mushrooms. Alright, here's a simple one. Which one of these fellas is poisonous? Pick the right ones. Mushrooms? You got this. You know what kind of mushrooms are served in the canteen, and it's easy to pick them out of the assortment. Great work, sweets! Utopia exclaims, a big smile on her face. You're a regular pig. Don't worry, that's a compliment. On Earth, they used pigs to sniff out buried mushrooms. Go out there and dig us up some, why don't you? Finish up what you're doing on the survey team, but come back next month and I'll put you with the foragers, she says. You'll be in the Valley of the Vertigo. One of the best places to forage for wild berries and other edibles. Locked forage in the Valley expedition. Wahoo! Okay, wait. Kinda lied through her teeth. I did. I like long hair, but I just wanted to see the flirt option. Okay, sorry. There was like a fire at work. I was like trying to resolve earlier, but depending on someone else. Just checking in. Oh fuck! How do I pick this up? I only just realized Farina and Topaz have short hair in common, says Topaz. Farina has long tails though, but yeah, it's a bow. Yeah, she has bows. Can't believe Aang went for the G.I. Jane cut. Oh, perception challenge? I don't need any more perception though. Can't use this card. Got level 50 in Maple Story, wahoo! Alright. How do I tell can I tell what stat they're trying to level up? I do a challenge. Animals challenge. One of your jobs as a surveyor is to document the flora and fauna through photographs. You spotted a small animal in the crook of a tree. It's so perfectly camouflaged you can only really see it when it breathes. You've got a camera built in your holopalm, but it's not equipped to capture difficult shots like this. You need to put in the work. You come to... Did it tell you what the challenge is? I don't know. Oh wait. Cautiously crawl up beside your subject, raising your holopalm to get the best close-up possible. Ouch! Just as the camera takes the photo, your subject bites you on the finger. Ugh, you hope it's not venomous. On the right side, you got the shot. Upgrade pet carts. You have relaxing in the park. Ooh. What is this? Still heroic. Oh. Oh, this is the crystal. Why are you out here? Looking all sad. This and you are surveying together, though he mostly just throws rocks at things and sees what happens. Ugh, this is so boring, he complains. You've seen everything here already. The other surveyors are going to cool places, like the subaqueous swamp. Places that are actually dangerous. The Valley of Vertigo is cool. Yeah, I've been there. Just says, it's neat, but Utopia sends people there to forge, and I want more adventure than picking berries, you know? He goes back to chucking rocks and complaining. It's here all the time, he says, even though we know everything about it. Utopia says we need to come back here every year and take new readings. Quiet here, and in pollen in the valley. And we have to be patient, because we can't just take stuff without letting nature replenish itself. And, I mean, I get it, but it's still so boring. I want to explore other places. Rex, hello, thank you. No, but like, it tells you what challenge it is, but does that always correlate with what reward you get? Points? Because I don't want perception. I have it maxed out. Not useful to me. And also, animals is already maxed out too, so... That either. Okay, what I really need is brave and combat toughness. Gathering things. Okay, let's just pick everything. More VA, kind of. Nope. That's something? No, never mind. Glad there's levels like this. I don't necessarily have to talk. Should we fight this thingy again? You hear Dis shouting from nearby to come quick and look at this. Meet up with Dis on a curiously clean part of the path. Twigs, pebbles, bits of grass, or the ubiquitous Dorb's mouth, moth scales that litter this area. Looks like it's been swept clean. And there in the middle of a perfect circle 3 meters wide is what you could only describe as a shrine. A hollow waist-height structure made with twigs and packed spark snowforms of centerpiece, and around it are deliberately spaced piles of colored fruit, flowers, and glittering stones, like an offering. Take it out and wait. You get a vast majority of red states from expeditions, unfortunately. Expeditions are extremely important, so keep doing what you're doing in your area every year, though the repeats don't need to be done. Red stuff. Yeah, I'm really surprised you don't get tired from voicing every line. Well, I don't read the repeat things that I recognize. At least. 5 kudos to total equals. But if I get more than the goal... 2, 20. 20? Yeah, 20. 2. Okay. 5, 5 kudos if total equals the goal. What's the goal? Hold on. Hang out for hours, but don't discover anything except how boring an idea this was. This takes a nap. Almost falling asleep when something shuffles in the clearing. It's a bush bub. Crawls slowly down the path. It stops to pick up a pot flower. It stops to pick up a stone. When it arrives at the shrine, carefully places the flowers in the pile of the carefully places the flower in the pile of flowers and the stone in the pile of stones. Then it picks up the stone and repositions it, just so. I wonder if this creature is somehow religious, or is it to attract a mate with its little show of decor? What you don't know about the animals that live here. Good thing we didn't have to fight it, I guess. Have good street, everyone. Oh, good night, Trex. Duck, right? Duck. Okay, I don't want to talk to the turtle. I want to try to find something. Empty clearing, maybe. Find another way around. We know what happens there. This. Meet the pattern. Play a memory game with the rocks. Touching the stones in the pattern they gave you. Feel emotions from the rocks. Affection, interest, coolness. Somehow you understand. They like the contact. Are they creatures or rocks? Sometimes the lines between the two can be blurry on Vertumna. You can't move but learn about the world from the creatures who pass by and touch them. Like the way animals rub to leave their scent. These rocks entice animals to play with them and leave information about the world. You get the sense that they're excited for your new scent. What end? You don't know. It's your birthday. You wake from a night of blissfully pleasant dreams. No nightmares, no premonitions, just a pleasant feeling of contentment. Stretch your arms over your head, blinking in the watery quiet sunlight as that seeps through the porthole window. They're always changing in Vertumna, but you can't help feel like things are changing for yourself too. Not just your body, but your mind. Emotions. Future. 14's going to be your year. Your parents have been working around the clock since the last attack, trying to get the fields right again in time for this year's planting. Spark snow has already started falling, and every day they come home complaining about having to clear it. They ask you to ping them when you're awake so you can share birthday breakfast in your quarters instead of sitting shoulder to shoulder with everyone else during breakfast service in the canteen. Fire them a message and lie back in your bunk, watching dust motes float lazily in the light. After a minute, there's a knock at the door. Lottie Seaton. She sweeps into your room with a bustle of skirts and shawls and sits down beside you on the bunk. Oh, look at you, she says. Happy birthday, beautiful. 14 years old. She leans in and gives you a motherly kiss on the forehead. It's been years since she took care of you in the children's creche, but all the kids still call her auntie and think of her as a close relative. Her sweet baking bread smell is as comforting as it ever was. She sits back and takes one of your hands, both of hers. Alana, ever since I held you in my arms as a baby, I knew you were so special, so important. You're becoming a young woman, but I want you to know I will always be there for you, just like your mom and dad, she says firmly. Thanks, Auntie Seated. Please don't tell me this is a death flag. She smiles and tucks an unruly lock of your hair behind your ear. I guess you're old enough to call me Aunt Anne now. Or if you like. Or even just Anne. On. Now come in here, she says, spreading her arms wide. Gives a great big hug. You hug her, enveloping yourself in the warm and familiar softness of her. Over her shoulder, you can see Anemone standing in the doorway. Well, her hair anyway. She's been growing it out, and there's no hiding it behind a corner. He skips into your quarters. Happy birthday, bud, he says, bouncing on your bunk. Way to get older. Enjoy being 2 years older than me for a few months. Thanks. It's good you're both here, An says. Now you've been menstruating for about a year. Anemone makes a face and mutters yuck, but An continues. You're both eligible for the cessation implant. Among other things, it will prevent the bleeding and pain, and the emotional roller coaster of your monthly cycle. Artwork of Anemone. Mom! Anemone hollers. Gross, do you have to tell everyone about my cycle? I just don't want to get pregnant, okay? Well, yes, that is the among other things part. But I don't expect you to be needing that part for a few years yet, right? Anemone looks disgusted by the prospect. Or maybe just by her mom talking about it. Flirt with Anemone? We can't get pregante with Anemone? What's the matter, Steve? I don't want to say that either. Wait, but I can't say the last thing in front of her mom. What the fuck? That's fucked up. Why are we talking about Pregante when they're 14? Cause the game ends when they're 20 years old. I guess. What is content? Let's go. Okay. Maybe one day the two of us could. Anemone flushes the same color as her hair. Go off, she mutters, scratching her neck. Don't be weird in front of my mom, Solana. Anemone does look different, in a good way. More grown up. You tell her that her hair is pretty. She rolls her eyes. I just forgot to cut it, okay? She says, avoiding your gaze. Her parents finally— oh my god, her mom didn't say anything? Okay. But their parents finally arrive, still damp from the fields and bringing in a small smell of crisp, tangy snow on their clothes. Oh look, birthday visitors, your dad exclaims. Come on, are you staying for breakfast? Gotta try that IRL. No! One reaches into her bag and brings out a stack of tiffins. No thank you, but I brought your order with me from the kitchen seeing as I was stopping by. Pat your hand one more time. Happy birthday again, Solana. You'll always be my baby, even when you're all grown up. Mom shakes her head as An and Anemone leave. Oh, An, sentimental to the core. She starts laying out the cutlery for breakfast. But I don't know how the colony would manage without her in the children's creche, she says, and points a fork at you. Family is more important than the people that birthed you, Solana. Don't you forget it. Wait, what? My mom isn't the one that birthed me? Is that what she means? That sounds like what she means. Hi, Dis. Is curiously studying a small bleached white animal skull. Look at this, he says and holds it out for you. There's mushrooms growing in this one. I didn't know that fungus could grow on bone. It's kind of like everything on this planet was designed to work together. He throws the skull back into the wilderness. Well, except us. When is his birthday again? What just happened? Late wet. Alright, you have a gift. Okay, wait, is anyone's birthday mid-quiet? I feel like I need to write this down so that I don't have to keep opening things. No quiet birthdays except mine. Alright, thanks, Timoji. Breaking a chemical bond both requires requires and releases energy. Whichever one is greater determines whether it's an exothermic or endothermic reaction, Tang says, tapping her fingers against the lab table. I wonder if there are similar classifications for when bonds between family are broken, and new ones are created with others. Chief Engineer instincts the closest I have to what family's supposed to be. Who watches after her brother? No. Okay. Let's save. 14. Quiet. Hey, hi. Oh, I was about to end. Oh, no. No. Oh, I can change this anytime? Wow. They know the way. Yeah, it's okay. The doors click away. Got a knack for finding hidden things or staying hidden. Rip, Tammy. What? How is dust 3? Late dust, you said? The brunch? I gotta go look. I hope your birthday was good, Fate. The other day, yesterday. Alright. It is dust 3. Okay, cool. Alright, I gotta dip. We'll be back tomorrow for more of this.